Alright, we're having a second go at this. We came yesterday and realised that the plan was way too deep into the block, so we've redrawn the plan and we've remapped it on the block. So here we go for a second time. So this is the entranceway, as has been described multiple times, with the stringy bark to one side and the Tas Networks post to the other side. The gabion starts out quite, well, not narrow, but it starts off at about 4.5 and then it eventually widens out to about 8 as it goes into the block. So I'm going to do 4 videos. One is just a straight walk around, and then there's 3 survey datum points. So I'll film that same layout from each of the datum points to give you a bit of an idea. So here we go, now walking on to what would be the gabion. You can see the tapes are going off at a bit of an angle over that way. That's not quite right, it needs to go a bit further to the to my right as I'm looking at it. But this side here is the one that comes in straight off the street and sets up a right angle from which the house then hangs off. It's approximately 10 meters in from the boundary to this corner post. There's Dempsey having a look around. Come on, Dempsey, here you go. So now we're inside of what would be the gabion, and this is probably a good point to stop here. So that point there in front of you, that is roughly the right height. It's about my head height, so that's about 1.8 meters, 1.7, 1.8 meters from the ground. So we think 2 1 meter cubic stacked will get us to the right height. And if we have to come down a bit from that for the 2, that's fine. I wouldn't go to a third. It just becomes too complicated. Then this one here will eventually be, to that star picket, will be 8 meters. That's about it's about 7. It needs to go a bit further to the right. Again, you can see it's fairly level, and again that's about 1.6, 1.7 deep. So going back up to the road, you can see there's a couple of stringy barks here which will have to go to in order to accommodate the gabion. Now I come over this side here. Initially we had the veranda, which is this rectangle where Dempsey's walking at the moment. We had that starting on the gabion, but in the new design it just hangs off the front of the house. There's no need for it, so that's a saving of about 3 meters of veranda there. And then if we look over this way, you can see Joe's standing. What do we decide? You're sort of roughly where the fireplace is. Yeah, with that would be the bedroom behind Joe, and sort of looking down this way along this edge down to where it ends, which is a bit hard to see. That's roughly down where the piano would be in that corner. So what we've got here would be the entranceway, and then the bathroom is over in this corner over here. And in the previous design it was narrow, it was about 5.5 meters wide. Now it's about 10.5 meters wide, so it goes beyond the end of the gabion, and that's actually where the bathroom would be, up in this corner. I'll just step into it. So now it's a 13.3 by 10.5, I think, square. So now I'm standing on the back wall looking towards the highway, which is, from me, it's the bathroom, including the walk-in pantry. There's now a specific dining area. There's a balcony, and then there's our bedroom beyond that. And again, we want to stay about this height. So if you project that down there, at the back here, it's probably going to be, I don't know, roughly 2, maybe 2.5 meters off. And then down beyond where Joe is there, it's probably going to be the highest point, maybe 4, maybe 3.5 meters to the ground. Actually, I'll just keep going with this one. So if you can just sort of see off in the distance there, I'll walk up to it. There's 3 datum points that Survey Plus put in. Here's the first one. Oh shit! Here's the first one. You can see there. So I'd hazard about 6 meters to the back of the house, and probably not quite halfway into it, maybe maybe a third of the way in. I'll get some measurements for it. If we go back into the house again, the next datum point's actually inside the veranda, and I'd hazard that it's about, you can see it just there, it's about 2, maybe 2.5 meters in from the end of the veranda, and probably only 50 centimeters, maybe up to a meter. This veranda is 3 meters wide and runs the full length of the front of the house. And then coming down a little bit further, oh, there it is all the way over there. I walk down, there's a third datum point. Oh, just over here is a clump of trees. We think that's where the septic system will go. So unfortunately they're going to have to, that little clump there is going to have to go. I'm walking down the hill now. You can just see the third datum point here in the distance. That's a good, I don't know, 10 meters maybe back to the house, and it's pretty much on the bottom corner. It's almost in a direct line with the bottom corner of the house as well. So there we are, and that's looking back up to the road again. So hopefully that's enough to be going on with. We'll send you all the rest of it soon. Cheers, bye.